Hi, we're here at Kalani in the Blue Moon Room, which is where we're going to be having our teachings during the February retreat. And you can see here all these walls, they're screens. So the walls are open to the outdoors because the air is perfect and the temperature is perfect, and we can hear the birds and the frogs and everything. And it's just a musical, wonderful experience. And here we are to just tell you a little bit about the retreat and really specifically what we're going to be focusing on overall and our teaching. So it's a vacation and it's also a teaching opportunity.
Yeah, to kind of restore your mind to its original, pristine, peaceful, natural state. And that's really what this is about, restoration. And it comes about with a transformation in our consciousness as we learn to forgive. And Jennifer and I have been using the tool of A Course in Miracles to practice in our own lives and extend the gift. And you can't give it away until you experience it for yourself. So for us it's very, very practical, and we enjoy the teaching sessions and the time. We enjoy going out and about. They don't have to be in any particular setting, but I think we'll have quite a few. And we're in the Blue Moon Room right now, and this is a spacious, glorious room.
It is.
And you just can't ask for a better backdrop to settle in on your evenings and have a cozy chair. And if you want to stretch out on the floor and listen to the teachings, go ahead. We're not into having a lot of structure here. Just want you to relax and really take it in and have a real restoration of your mind.
I think one of the things we're going to experience in this retreat, David, is having this nice extended time with like-minded souls and being able to be in the community together where this is not a lecture environment. A lot of Course in Miracles things are lectures where people are explaining the Course, but that's really not what we're going to be doing.
We're going to actually really talk a lot about our personal experiences and our practical experiences over the years, because both of us have been at this for quite a lot of time, working to clean out and clear out the unconscious mind and raise everything up and use everything. And very much like you were sharing about, being caught in that wave spinning around like in a clothes dryer or a washing machine. That's how it feels a lot of times, and these emotions can be very heavy. And this is a very deep journey. We're not trying to sugarcoat anything. We're not really here to just try to paint, a pretty picture over things. A lot of times when people come here to Hawaii, and particularly Kalani, because I've been here several times, there's a lot of emotions that come up. But if you're going to have emotions come up, it's nice to feel like you're held and you're carried in a almost like a womb. And it's very lush and green here, and there's pools and hot tubs, and there's a spaciousness here. You can take walks. There's many, many acres and beautiful pathways and walks to the ocean, and those are all important. And I feel like our teachings, you might say, our light shines brightest when we feel totally energized, and I think that's going to transfer with everyone here, because we feel really grateful to be here, and it feels very, very relaxing.
Well, and for most of us, this Hawaii environment, the Kalani experience here, it's really very different from our home environment. And also just being on vacation, being on retreat is very different from our home environment. No phones in the room, no clocks in the room, and the cell phones don't really work here. Don't plan on that. So there is Wi-Fi, and you definitely can get on the computer if you want to, but we're saying disconnect, unplug from all that, and really be with each other. And as the Holy Spirit always does, the teaching will reveal itself to each and every one of us every day, in every conversation. And so it's really a living, healing experience that we're calling forth.
Yeah. There's a rhythm here, too. I've been here beautiful times here, and they have this big shell that they blow. You might have heard it there in the background. I think we're right at dinner time. And so you don't really need to wear a watch. You get your your key to your room or your accommodations, you get your meal ticket, and then you just keep that with you at all times, and then you can flow with the rhythms of the day. And when it's breakfast time, you know it, and when it's lunchtime, and when it's dinner time, it's just glorious food. It's not a matter of eating too much here. It's the matter of not eating too much and not eating too little, because it's so fulfilling with so many fruits and vegetables, and I enjoy that every time I come.
Seriously, we had a dark chocolate brownie last night at dinner, but it was made with all these
carob or something.
Yeah, it was all these holistic ingredients and everything. There's just that attention to detail in everything. And what I also can really feel that's unfolding for us on this retreat is the true letting go, so that people can really look at their lives in a new, fresh way. And I was just saying to David a few minutes ago that it's right before Valentine's Day. So this is a wonderful gift that you can give as a Valentine to yourself, to go back to your heart and really, at the point in the retreats, right at the beginning of February, so February 3rd to the 9th, and you can add a couple of days before and a couple of days after, like we're going to do. And what you can do is you can really plan ahead now that you're going to set the tone for the whole rest of the year. The whole rest of the year is going to be different for you. You're setting the tone, and you can be highly intentional between now and then, that you are paving the way to really cultivate that pristine awareness, to break through. Because if you set that aspiration that you're making yourself available, everything between now and then is going to be set up perfectly for that to unfold. That's how life is. Our mind is constantly working to create the experience that we're having. So you can have a phenomenal breakthrough. You can prepare yourself for that, and we're entitled to miracles.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And it's worth it. We have a sense of worthiness that's very deep in us, because we're worthy of love, we're worthy of happiness, peace, and joy, and this is all just a great symbol of giving yourself permission to move in that direction. So we keep it very, very practical. It's very interactive. If you have questions, you say, "Can you give me an example?" "No, I don't get it. Give me another example." We come from a lot of just experiences, and the principles we both find important. That's why we studied the Course for as many years as we have. But actually, the focus is on practical experience and listening, taking questions, really tuning into the Spirit in the moment for the guidance or the clarity that will help that break through the stagnation, break through any kind of limitations that you've had. So hope you'll give yourself the gift of this. It's a beautiful Valentine's Day gift, and that's all about love, St. Valentine.
Yes. And as you're talking, David, what I am reminded of is when we gather in a group like this of like-minded individuals, and I don't know about you so much, but I can say for me that I'm constantly amazed at the people who come together in my retreats and in my offerings, how willing to be transparent, how willing they are to be authentic. And it's a tremendous breakthrough to give yourself permission to be authentic, to be transparent in a group. Because for many, many years I've been in spiritual community where in those communities there's a sense of, oh, I'm more spiritual than everybody else, or I'm less spiritual than everybody else. And there's that constant ego comparison. But our intention is really to let all of that go. Everybody gets to be themselves, because there's nothing wrong with being yourself. Being yourself is a really good thing. And so we bring that to the conversation, so you get to really be intimate with people, and so stuff will come up, and it'd be the perfect environment in which to heal it, transcend it, transmute it, and experience that divine alchemy that's totally possible, especially in the group mind, and especially when you're gathered with like-minded individuals who can see through the disguise and say, I appreciate the authenticity. I appreciate the transparency. It's healing to me to see you be authentic and transparent. It gives me permission.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
So there's this tremendous healing that takes place when you're willing to look at the people who are right there being intimate with you, and if a judgment arises, an opinion arises, you say, I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm really interested only in seeing the truth, which is beautiful, always beautiful.
Yeah.
No matter what it looks like, when you really are interested in the truth, it's always beautiful.
Yep. And I've done a lot of retreats from 3 days, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 4 weeks, 6 weeks. But I think with the 6-day retreat, and even an options at the front and back for a little bit more, the one thing that I've heard people say as feedback over the years is sometimes the retreats have been so full on, so much information presented, so much intense emotions that they say, wow, I missed the experience of the environment, of the land, of the people. I was so caught up in this stuff, and I didn't have time to integrate. And that's probably the number one feedback that I've heard. And because these are very deep retreats, but we are specifically designing this retreat for you to have lots and lots of time to integrate, and making use of Kalani, making use of all the facilities, which there are many, many facilities here. There's many, many places around that we plan to go beyond Kalani itself. And this is all integration time, because it takes time. You can hear some really impactful insights, and you can really have flashes of insight, but then you really need to integrate it, and then you need to let it percolate a little and say, okay, now how do I do that in my life, or what steps do I take? It's nice to be able to have small group settings, talk things through, one-on-ones, walk. Oh, can we talk at the lanai over lunch? Yeah, I'll see you up there. There's that relaxation that sometimes you have in spiritual community, but really you're giving yourselves a little delightful taste of that leisurely, soft pace.
Yeah.
Even to be able to meditate together is wonderful. But a lot of retreats are so jam-packed that there's just no breathing room. And this will not be one of those kind of retreats.
Lots of breathing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to exhale and inhale at your leisure. And as you were talking just now, I was thinking of all the different bodywork options they have. Yeah. All kinds of massage and Watsu, which is in the water. Get that massage experience in the water. Extraordinary. And all kinds of options for that. And yeah, it's just heaven.
We're easing into it right now here.
Yeah, so we're enjoying it on your behalf right now and taking advantage of it because we deserve it. Life is good, and it's time to really accept that and let the struggle go.
Yeah.
Surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender to the good.
Yeah. Let yourself be carried down the stream. Don't struggle and fight and flail away. Just really let go, surrender, and that's actually what works. That's what finally carries you through.
That's true. Good things are happening. So join us in February. We look forward to being with you and to being a community together.